What's up everybody? Welcome back. I'm Steve and today on SV's Auto we're doing part 4 of the bus body makeover. So come check it out. So if you remember last time we took out some more of the trim of the interior of the bus. This time we're going to move on to the dash and I'm going to remove the front window as well as the back windows. So that I can get in those areas and sand. We started off just doing some panel replacement and the rabbit hole I fell down it. So I'm just going to keep going and see. I mean we're pretty much doing a restoration of this part. So we're just going to go with that. Still going to try to do this quick and as cheap as possible. Okay, so I'm going to try to take the window out to get access to the screws and that down there for the dash easier. That I need to take it out anyway for prepping for paint and body work and sanding and all that stuff. So never done this before, but it seems that you just need to tuck this rubber behind the lip and then work it around and then lift it off. So we're going to go ahead and give it a whirl. Use a few screwdrivers. Get back in there to tuck it underneath. And let's see if we can manage to do that. Well, as I was pushing along the middle part of the windshield there, it cracked. There was a good rock chip in that window. You can see the crack there. Trying to pull it out as a complete windshield and keep the seals possibly, at least inspect them to see if they were usable. Probably better to get a new windshield anyway with that big rock chip in it. So I'm going to keep tucking it out and see if I can pull the windshield out. Alright, we're going to get started pulling the dash out. The passenger side, there's not a lot. There's the glove box, and then in my case there's the disc changer controller and other stereo components.
After I sort out the stereo components, I take out the switch for the overhead light and then the antenna.
Okay, so I got the glove box pulled and the rear defroster on the other side, a cigarette lighter, and I'm going to move on this side. So I'm going to pull the instrument cluster. There's 4 screws. I don't have them in on this one. And then you do need to remove the cable going to the speedometer to give you a little more room. And then there's going to be a whole lot of labeling there. A few more switches, lights, my fan for my radiator, hazards. So let me get doing that. I decided to take the steering wheel off first. I did pull the cable from behind there, but I'm going to take this off. Good idea to mark your steering wheel, your bolt nut relationship, so that you know which way to put it back on.
Behind the instrument cluster are a lot of wires. Good labeling here will be beneficial down the road.
Okay, so I got the cluster off. Got the cluster off and did label all the wires going to it, and then just disconnected every switch that's connected to the dash here. I think now it looks like there's a couple screws coming from underneath the steering column area, and then these on the side here, and then the ones along the front where the window was. And then I think there's a couple attaching the heater controls. I hope I don't have to disconnect all the wires from that to get the dash out. So we're gonna start disconnecting everything that's left and see what happens. Okay, so dash is out. I'm gonna keep tearing into this. The windshield wiper motor is gonna come off next. Note on that, I did a conversion for another gentleman, and his windshield wiper motor was bad, and that was really hard to get a new one. In fact, I had to get a rebuilt one. Took a long time to get it, and was not easy. So take care of your windshield wiper motors.
At this point, still a lot of labeling and tracing wires to see where they terminate, either at the fuse panel or at a switch or other component. There are several plugs in the bottom of the steering column. Remove those for the turn signals, headlight switches, things like that. Going to remove the marker light turn signal housings. It is necessary to remove the wires from the relays for the headlight to remove them from the bus completely. Continue sorting through the wires, eliminating everything in the fuse panel, and then we are able to remove the fuse block from the bus. Going to remove the louvers from the front of the bus at this point.
Well, I think I'm going to call it a day there. Good 4 or 6 hours. I don't know how long it's been. It's been a while. Anyway, we got the dash pretty well done. Next time we're going to go ahead and finish stripping that out. Move on to the windows in the back. And then we'll see how far we get from there. Make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already and comment below. Let me know what you think about this project. Give me any pointers, tips, suggestions, things like that. You can follow us over at FaceTube at SV's Auto, and we're also on Instagram at SV's Auto. And we'll see you next time.